Hello. So this is Diary of a Wimpy Kid, and we're starting on a Monday. This is my third part that I'm reading. So you remember that Rowley's just starting school, and he's trying to make some friends, and his old friend from when he was younger is kind of embarrassing him, and he's trying to kind of figure out who he is in middle school. So Monday. You know how I say I like all sorts of pranks, that I play all sorts of pranks on Rowley? Well, I have a little brother named Manny, and I could never get away with pulling any of that stuff on him. Mom and Dad protect Manny like he's a prince or something, and he never gets into trouble even if he really deserves it. Yesterday, Manny drew a self-portrait on my bedroom door with permanent marker. I thought Mom and Dad were going to let him have it, but as usual, I was wrong. Look there. So he says, Mom and Dad are saying, "Aww." But the thing that bugs me the most about Manny is the nickname he has for me. When he was a baby, he couldn't pronounce brother, so he started calling me Bubby. And he still calls me that now, even though I keep telling Mom and Dad to make him stop. Luckily, none of my friends have found out yet, but believe me, I have had some really close calls. So this says, "Happy birthday, Greg." And it says, hey, this one says it's to Bubby. Oh, that must be a mistake. So he doesn't want his friends to know his little brother calls him Bubby. Mom makes me help Manny get ready for school in the morning. After I make Manny his breakfast, he carries his cereal bowl into the family room and sits on his plastic potty. Look at there. It says, so up here it says, C is for cookie and cookie is for me. So he's sitting in front of the TV on his porta potty. And when it's time for him to go to daycare, he gets up and dumps whatever he didn't eat right into the toilet. Mom is always getting on me for not finishing my breakfast. But if she had to scrape cornflakes off the bottom of a plastic potty every morning, she wouldn't have much of an appetite either. Having a little brother's not so fun sometimes, huh? Tuesday. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I am super good at video games. I'll bet I could beat anyone in my grade head to head. Unfortunately, Dad does not exactly appreciate my skills. He's always getting on me about going out and doing something active. So tonight after dinner, when Dad started hassling me about going outside, I tried to explain how with video games you can play sports like football and soccer, and you don't even have to get all hot and sweaty. As usual, Dad did not see my logic. How many of your parents agree with that? I do too. You should go outside. Dad's a pretty smart guy in general, but when it comes to common sense, sometimes I wonder about him. I am sure Dad would dismantle my game system if he could ever figure out how to do it, but luckily the people who make these things make them parent-proof. Look at there, Dad's trying to make him go outside, and here he's like, "Dag nabbit, it's parent-proof." Every time Dad kicks me out of the house to do something sporty, I go up to Rowley's and play video games there. Unfortunately, the only game I can play at Rowley's are car racing games and stuff like that. Because whenever I bring a game up to Rowley's house, his dad looks it up on the parent website. And if my game has any kind of fighting or violence, he won't let us play. So here's Rowley's dad. He's looking it up on the computer and he's going, I'm getting a little sick of playing Formula One racing with Rowley because he's not a serious gamer like me. All that you have to do is beat Rowley is name your car something ridiculous at the beginning of the game. And then when you pass Rowley's car, he just falls to pieces. This says, "Bad fart ahead," and Rowley's laughing. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, after I got done mopping the floor with Rowley one day, I headed home. I ran through the neighbor's sprinkler a couple of times to make it look like I was all sweaty, and that seemed to do the trick for Dad. Whew. So his dad thinks he was outside getting some exercise. But my trick kind of backfired because as soon as Mom saw me, she made me go upstairs and take a shower. Wednesday. I guess Dad must have been pretty happy with himself for making me go outside yesterday because he tried to do it again today. It's really getting annoying to have to go up to Rowley's house every time I want to play a video game. There's this weird kid named Fregley who lives halfway between my house and Rowley's, and Fregley is always hanging out in his front yard, so it's pretty hard to avoid him. Here's Fregley. Fregley says, you want to see my secret freckle? And Greg says, no. Fregley is in my PE class at school, and he has a whole made-up language, like when he needs to go to the bathroom. So, look at here. He's on the basketball court, and he says, juice, juice. He has weird words for things. But kids have pretty much figured Fregley out by now. But I don't think the teachers have really caught on yet. He says, oh, geez, kid. Today, I probably would have gone up to Rowley's on my own because my brother Roderick and his band were practicing down in the basement. Rowley's band is really awful, and I can't stand being at home when they're having rehearsals. The band is called Loaded Diaper, and it's spelled Loaded Diaper on Roderick's van. You might think he spelled it that way to make it look cooler. I bet if you told Roderick how Loaded Diaper is really spelled, it would be news to him. Dad was against the idea of Roderick starting a band, but Mom was all for it. She's the one who bought Roderick his first drum set. I think Mom has the idea that we're all going to learn to play instruments and become one of those family bands you see on TV. Moms have weird ideas, huh? Dad really hates heavy metal, and that's the kind of music Roderick and his band play. I don't think Mom really cares what Roderick plays or listens to because all of her music is the same. In fact, earlier today, Roderick was listening to one of his CDs in the family room, and Mom came in and started dancing. That really bugged Roderick, so he drove off to the store and came back 15 minutes later with some headphones, and that pretty much took care of the problem. Thursday. Today, Roderick got a new heavy metal CD, and it had one of those parental warning stickers on it. I have never gotten to listen to one of those parental warning CDs because Mom and Dad never let me buy them at the mall. So I realized the only way I was going to get a chance to listen to Roderick's CD is if I snuck it out of the house. This morning, after Roderick left, I called up Rowley and told him to bring his CD player to school. Then I went down to Roderick's room and took the CD off the rack. Oh man, you think this is going to end well? I don't think so. You're not allowed to bring personal music players to school, so we had to wait to use it until after lunch when the teachers let us outside. As soon as we got the chance, me and Rowley snuck around to the back of the school and loaded up Roderick's CD. But Rowley forgot to put batteries in his CD player, so it was pretty much worthless. Then I came up with a great idea for a game. The object was to put the headphones on your head and try and shake them off without using your hands. Oh, boys. The winner was whoever could shake the headphones off in the shortest amount of time. I had the record of 7.5 seconds, but I think I might have shook off my loose fillings on that one. Look at here, he's trying to shake the headphones off of his head. Right in the middle of our game, Mrs. Craig came around the corner and caught us red-handed. She took the music player away from me and started chewing us out. But I think she had the wrong idea about what we were doing back there. She started telling us about how rock and roll was evil and how it's going to ruin our brains. I was going to tell her that there wasn't even any batteries in the CD, but I could tell she didn't want to be interrupted. So I just waited until she was done, and then I said, "Yes, ma'am." That's probably the best thing to do, huh? But right when Mrs. Craig was about to tell us to go, Rowley started blabbering about how he doesn't want rock and roll to ruin his brains. Honestly, sometimes I don't even know this boy. Friday. Well, now, I've gone and done it. Last night, after everyone was in bed, I snuck downstairs to listen to Roderick's CD on the stereo in the family room. But I put Roderick's new headphones on and cranked the volume up really loud and hit play. First, just let me say, I can definitely understand why they put a parental warning sticker on the CD. But I only got to hear about 30 seconds of the first song before I got interrupted. It turns out I didn't have the headphones plugged into the stereo, so the music was actually coming out through the speakers, not through the headphone. Dad marched me up to my room, shut the door behind me, and said, let's you and me have a talk, friend." Uh-oh. So he got in trouble. He turned that on in the middle of the night, woke everybody up. That is not good. I think he might be in trouble. Whenever Dad said friend, that way you know you're in trouble. The first time Dad ever said friend to me like that, I didn't get that he was being sarcastic. So I let my guard down. Friend equals good. Look what he did. He hit the ball through the window. How does Dad's face look? Looks a little upset. I didn't make that mistake anymore. Tonight, Dad yelled at me for 10 minutes, and then I guess he decided he'd rather be in bed than standing in my room in his underwear. He told me I was grounded from playing video games for 2 weeks. 2 weeks, which is about what I expected. I guess I should be glad that's all he did. The good thing about Dad is that when he gets mad, he cools off quick and then it's over. And usually, if you mess up in front of Dad, he just throws whatever he's got in his hand at you. So here, what does Dad have in his hand? A newspaper. So here he's saying, this is a good time to screw up. Here he says, this is a bad time to screw up. What does Dad have in his hand? Bricks. Mom was totally different style when it comes to punishment. If you mess up and Mom catches you, the first thing she does is take a few days to figure out what your punishment should be. And while you're waiting, you do all these nice things to get off easier. I just dusted the living room for the heck of it. Oh, how thoughtful of you. Look, he's trying to do nice things to get out of being in trouble with Mom. But then after a few days, right when you forget you're in trouble, that's when she lays it on you. Are you having fun? No video games for a week. All right, we're going to stop there. Hope you have a nice day. Bye.